Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Zypher and today we're doing a gameplay commentary of a Vi game. Now something a little bit different about this commentary is that I'm actually going to be doing the commentary after I've played the game. And as you may notice, this is a little bit sped up, but it's going to slow down for the important bits. Now I've done this to save you guys a little bit of time watching the videos, because while this is a 35-minute game that I'm going to be playing, it's narrowed down to about 20 minutes in the actual editing process. So I felt that it'll save you guys a little bit of time and I won't have to focus on two things at once, both playing the game and doing the commentary. I can just focus on the playing and commentary on separate occasions. So I've actually started off pretty average for a Vi right now. I've actually gone with the Machete 5 pot start. But something that I've done a little bit different is I've started with E first. Now this is actually a mistake on my part. I definitely recommend starting with your W, as it will kill your first buff quicker. But I started with my E. It was a little bit of a mistake this game, but it won't hurt me that much. And remember to use Smite when you're first taking your first buff, because it'll be back up by the time you're doing your red, so you won't take too much damage. And rather than just using one Smite, you can use both of them. So I do start off with my Smite, level up my W second, although as I said earlier, you definitely want to be starting with that first. And I'm actually just going to clear out the wolves right now, because as you guys may know, you don't hit level 3 from just doing both buffs right now. You need to do an extra camp. So I do my wolves on my way to the red buff. And as you can see, Smite backs up, and I do have my W and my E to do damage to the red. So I'll use Smite to finish this off, and I will hit level 3 off of that, leveling up my Q. Putting 1 point into that, I'm actually going to gank bot now. So I see that Draven's actually being a little bit too aggressive onto the Caitlyn here, as you'll see in a second. I do slow down the gameplay a little bit. And just because he's being so aggressive, I decided to start charging up my Q, landed nicely onto Draven, but unfortunately the reason I couldn't follow up and get a kill off of that gank is because Alistar both headbutted me away, and Morgana didn't follow up with the binding CC. That would have picked up that kill for us 100%, so that was misplayed by my bottom lane. I think I landed a good Q onto the Draven, but unfortunately headbutted away from Alistar, and no extra CC, no follow-up from the bottom lane meant we couldn't pick up the kill. So as you can see, I just picked up my Wolves and Wraiths, just keep up on levels of an XP, because I didn't pull a successful gank down in bottom lane. I'm actually going to come to top though, because no wards from Kha'Zix and he's a bit pushed, so Rengar actually makes a really good play, landing the E onto Kha'Zix there, so he can be locked into place and I can follow up with the Q rather easily. Unfortunately, he does use his E and flash to get away from us, so what can you do about that? Anyway, I don't think I can pull off any ganks in the mid lane, because LeBlanc is being pretty aggressive onto the Kog'Maw, pushing a lot, and I don't see Kog'Maw doing really well against LeBlanc anyway, so I don't really gank mid a whole lot this game. But I did focus on top lane, because as you guys may or may not have noticed earlier into this game, Kha'Zix did pick up a solo kill onto Rengar earlier this game, and as you can see, Malphite jungle actually going to be ganking Rengar in the top lane, but fortunately for Rengar, his Ignite does pick up the kill, and I was thinking of jumping onto Malphite there, but as you can see, the new minion wave just arrived, and I didn't want to fight Malphite with all those minions around, so I just clear out the minions for the most part, and I'm pretty sure that I can duel Malphite if it comes to a one-on-one fight between us, so I just stuck around, got the minions, pushed them to the tower so that Kha'Zix would lose XP, but unfortunately they don't really reach the tower, but nevertheless, the lane is pushed, so that should help Rengar out a little bit. So I actually start building Spirit of the Elder Lizard this game, pick up my tier 1 boots, so I've just picked up Spirit Stone, Longsword, tier 1 boots, and a couple health potions. Actually, I believe those health potions were from earlier, I just didn't use them. And that's another thing guys, if you're going to be in the jungle for a while, and you don't feel you need to use all your health potions, just save them for later, it'll help you out in the long term. And I do give my blue to LeBlanc right here. I just waited around because I killed it at near the 2-minute mark. It has a 5-minute respawn timer, and it'll be up by around the 7-minute mark. As you can see, I actually make a mistake here. I don't realize how fed Kha'Zix is. He's actually got 3 kills right now, and he does decimate me for, most of my HP, so I am forced to flash out of that situation. And I didn't realize how fed he was, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part, but nevertheless, I'm able to stop the minions from pushing to the tower, and I give the rest to Rengar. So unfortunately I popped my flash for no reason, but I have hit level 6, and I'm actually going to look to head bottom right after my red buff here, so I'm going to pick up the red buff, have Smite for that as well. Fortunately for me though, LeBlanc actually does a brain down there, and she picks up a kill onto Draven, so that's very nice. LeBlanc roams are very deadly, and as you can tell, it's really hard to push the mid lane in this game. Kog'Maw is actually playing really passively against the LeBlanc, as he should be, and it's really hard for the jungler to pull off any kills in that lane. So I do pick up boots of mobility right now to get into lane faster and whatnot and pull off more ganks, but again, the build order in terms of items is going to be Elden Lizard, boots of mobility, then I'm actually going to go for a Trinity Force, I believe. I'm playing very aggressively this game, I'm just building damage items, and then a Black Cleaver. So as you can see, Lucky Vincent on Draven being very aggressive. I wanted to ult him there, but unfortunately I get knocked back by the Alistar. Fortunately for me, Draven is actually over aggressive, and LeBlanc uses the barrier and everything, and we're able to pick up a nice kill into the Draven there. Morgana using her ultimate to stun Alistar, and he's actually going to try and flash out of this, but he won't make it out unfortunately for him. But Morgana does actually pick up that kill with an auto attack. I would have preferred for her not to, but I don't mind, seeing as, you know, it was a successful gank after all. Don't mind giving away a kill. I just would have preferred for it to have gone to the ADC. So done a couple of successful ganks this game. I'm actually going to start working on that Elder Lizard. Unfortunately I wasn't able to finish it off. Didn't have enough money on me, but I do head back out to try and get that money through farming, and I would like to be ganking mid more, but I'm just not seeing any opportunities there. So clearing out my jungle, gonna pick up the Elder Lizard, and yeah, something I also want to talk about is my skill order. I'm actually starting by maxing out my Q. And I was just testing it out this game. I wasn't sure if it was good or not, but I just maxed my Q first. It seems to be working for me, like a little bit at least, and it's not hurting me too much. So I do believe I actually make my way to top lane right now, because as you can see from the health bar on the left, Rengar isn't doing so well in the top lane, so he's actually going to pop his ultimate for this gank, meaning that Kha'Zix won't be able to straight up just kill him. And I come around with my Q, actually missing it unfortunately, but I'm going to follow up the ult, another E, and that'll be a kill for me. And the smart move by Rengar there was to stay in stealth for a long duration, because too often I see people dying straight up to the enemy top laner when I come for a gank because they're heading too early. If Rengar would have came out of his stealth a lot earlier than what he did, Kha'Zix would have had the opportunity to even burst him down to the isolation damage. So really well played by Rengar, just saving that ultimate, and I'm actually going to see LeBlanc get forced out of lane. I do start attacking the Kog'Maw, but unfortunately Malphite is there to save the day, it seems. I'm not forced to play my flash, I just Q out of lane, but I would have liked to pick up a kill on that Kog'Maw, but Malphite's going to prevent that from happening. And Malphite hasn't been too useful this game. He did roam top, but Kha'Zix Rengar traded kills, but for the most part he hasn't had much presence in lanes. He's just been farming up, and I do have an edge over him right now, so I want to push that advantage. We are 10 kills to their 7 kills, so we're not too far ahead, but the game could go either way at this point. So I'm just trying to help out lanes as much as I can. I feel confident that LeBlanc's doing a good job in the middle lane, seeing as how much roam she's pulled off, but top and bottom weren't doing really good, but they start actually getting ahead, so thanks to a couple of LeBlanc roams down to the bot lane, and of course my ganks as well. So we're actually going to pick up Dragon right now. I don't even have Smite up, but because they haven't watered it or anything, I feel confident enough to take away that Dragon, and yeah, you need to be focusing on objectives. So I'm actually going to head down to the bottom lane right now, and again, their Alistar has done a really poor job of warding this game. I did actually want to key onto the Draven right there, but unfortunately Alistar gets in the way, it knocks me back, and again I can't pick up the kill onto Draven, so that's rather unfortunate. Draven does get away, but he actually dies to the LeBlanc, which is like I didn't notice. So yeah, Draven runs away only to die to the LeBlanc, so well played by LeBlanc. And I do actually start building my Trinity Force. Again, building straight damage this game. I don't really build tanky until later on, so sorry, I had a little bit of gas build up. So I'm only killing speed right now, 3 kills, 1 assist, got a good kill participation, and I really start snowballing on Vi right now. If you get a couple of items on Vi, you get you become really strong, and right now, as you can see, building a lot of damage. I'm actually going to start leveling up my E now. I would usually level up my E first to max that, but for whatever reason, just to test it out this game, I started maxing out my Q, and just to see how it would work for me really. So I did want to make something happen in mid lane, but Malphite was sticking around for a lot longer than I anticipated, and unfortunately, because the wave was also pushing, not really able to make anything happen there. But LeBlanc's doing good nevertheless, so I don't think she needs that much help. And we do actually see a fight going to start here pretty soon. Alistar's put a ward in that bush, so he knows where we are, but Morgana actually lands a bind into the Alistar. Caitlyn got a follow up, and LeBlanc actually will burst down that Alistar. I missed my Q onto Kog'Maw, but I do force the flash out of him, and nice little Morgana ult onto the Malphite there. I use my ultimate to follow up on that. Draven's actually going to land a beautiful ultimate onto 3 people, and he's actually going to flash Q onto Morgana, but Morgana actually took Summoner Heal, so she's going to survive that just barely. And I don't usually see people picking Summoner Heal, but that heal really helped her out in that situation, so that was really a good fight for us. I managed to get Kog'Maw out of there, just completely negating his damage. Draven wasted a flash, and he didn't get a kill out of it. We also managed to burst down Alistar and get the kill onto Malphite, so that was a 4 for exchange. I think that was actually really good. I do run into Kha'Zix on the enemy jungle, but I'm not sure if he was at his keyboard because he doesn't attack me or anything. And again, don't fight Kha'Zix when his isolation damage is on you. Otherwise you're only if you're really confident that you can kill a Kha'Zix, you go on him like that. So anyway, I target Kog'Maw in that fight, flash after him to pick up the kill. Unfortunately, I don't have enough damage to kill Draven, but Kha'Zix actually comes into the fight, gets a quick kill onto the Caitlyn, and he actually will flash invisible combo to actually pick up the kill onto LeBlanc as well. So I follow up with a Q to kill him. I actually should have ran back a lot earlier to ult Draven, but because Rengar got quite fed in earlier, he's able to pick up a double kill, and that's an actual ace for us. So that was pretty good. I definitely could have played that one a lot better, I have to admit, but it went well for us anyway. So yeah, gonna put a ward on the bush, actually to start farming for whatever reason. I think the reason I started farming is because I saw Malphite Kog'Maw, and I realized that we couldn't push the tower down before they arrived, so anyway, that was a good fight for us, and that's really where the lead starts to build up from. We're 21 kills to their 9. It wasn't so there wasn't such of a big difference, but I felt like in the early game there were a couple of misplays, but thanks to roams from me and LeBlanc, we were able to turn this game around. So yeah, that's really nice. That's always nice. I do Q over into the blue buff, but I just see that Draven has taken it. He does put some damage off onto me, but not too much or anything to be worried about. So I do sit around mid tower, but I do see that it's on like 0 HP right now, so Kog'Maw got to easily finish it off, and I do ping for assist in the mid lane, but they're going to back off, rightly so, because we're a lot more fed than them right now. We could win an outright fight. And my team do actually pick up, LeBlanc, actually picks up a solo kill onto the enemy Malphite. And that's one thing that was a bit strange about this game. They actually had Malphite jungle, and I know that I mentioned this like briefly earlier, but as Malphite jungle, you definitely don't have access to the farm that a top Malphite does, and he really wasn't able to make anything happen this game, and it wasn't too effective. And as you can see, Kha'Zix isolation damage absolutely destroying me there. I was forced to Q over the wall. I did pop his ultimate though, so that was cool, but I definitely can't fight him head on right now, because Kha'Zix, if you don't target him, he'll absolutely destroy you in fights, and he's definitely a priority target. And LeBlanc will actually do a really good job this game of picking him off in fights, so that's going to be good for us. But he's definitely the target right now. Both him and Draven are people that could really turn this game around if we don't target them. So I make them my priority, but too often I actually jump onto the Kog'Maw, a bit of a mistake by me. I do take away Dragon, and I did see the enemy team actually coming down to try and pick it up, so I run into Kha'Zix here. Q over the wall, nothing big gonna happen. But yeah, nice little free Dragon, and again, ward's actually pretty terrible this game. I don't know what Morgana support's doing or their Alistar support are doing, but nobody's buying wards, and you could argue that, yeah, I'm a jungler, I could be buying wards, and I actually agree that I should have bought a lot more wards than I did this game. I actually didn't buy any, but again, this is a normal game, I was just having some fun, but a couple of wards from the supports would have been nice anyway. So yeah, we'd actually see LeBlanc just pick up a solo kill into the enemy Kha'Zix there, and that's just the burst potential of LeBlanc. She can get rid of the enemy carries, and I'm actually going to jump in here. I actually got to not have enough range on my Q to hit the Draven there, but he actually re-engages, Malphite does anyway, and that would have actually been a really good engage by Malphite if Draven was there to follow up, but unfortunately he wasn't there to follow up. I do use my ultimate onto Kog'Maw to finish him, and Draven not coming out, I do Q back into the Malphite to pick up that kill. Forced to flash away because Draven could have totally decimated me right there, but that was actually good kills for us. But we're all on too low HP to re-engage this, so I smartly make the decision to recall back to base, but Caitlyn actually stays for a little bit too long and gets caught out by the enemy Draven, so she's actually going to get died to him. What I suspect happened is that he used his W and his E to get closer to her, close the gap, and with a couple of auto attacks sealed the deal, so I'm actually just going to clear up mid lane right now because I was pushing against us, and we're pretty deep into the game right now. We've got a huge lead, so I just want to be really aggressive, and as you can see, I want to talk a bit more about my items. I did finish my Triforce, and I'm starting to build Black Cleaver. This is a very aggressive Vi build. It's not ideal for, like, say, ranked play, and I definitely wouldn't recommend this build for anybody in like a close game. The only reason I go away with it this game is because we were so far ahead that it didn't really matter what I built. So, but for the most part, I definitely say probably build a lot more tankier on Vi. I could get away with it only because we were so far ahead, and yeah, that's what I have to say about that. But as you can see, LeBlanc and Rengar, two very bursty type heroes. They're not really the tanks that we need, and we actually got really lucky this game because they had a bunch of tanky characters, but no, they actually didn't, did they? Sorry, what am I saying now? Kha'Zix is very much an assassin. I don't know what was up with the Kog'Maw mid. That was a bit of a weird pick from the enemy, but yeah, he's actually going to be AFK for a couple of seconds, going to die to Caitlyn. Unfortunately, Kha'Zix does pick up a kill onto the Rengar, but LeBlanc got to be able to pick up the kill on him. I want to go for Baron, but unfortunately my team re-engages, and actually LeBlanc will be getting picked off by Draven, and it would have been a double kill for Draven had I not intervened, so that's why I didn't want to push down mid, because they could defend a lot better than we could siege. But I did pick up a double kill, rescuing Caitlyn out from that situation, and I do try and push down mid tower right now. Malphite's not a real threat, so I jump in on him, and they really underestimate how fed we are, so I just queue back into Malphite to pick up the kill. Kog'Maw smartly gonna back out of there, so I'm just gonna recall now. I actually do start building a Warmogs, I believe. Let's see if I'm right, and yep, Warmogs, start building that. Just finally getting some good HP, and actually gonna head down to Dragon, it seems, pick that up. I'm trying to be a lot better at securing objectives. That's something I need to work on. So yeah, I try to secure a Dragon whenever it's up this game, just try and work on that a little bit. And for the most part, I've actually been playing a lot more of mid lane than jungle. I used to be a jungle main, but now I'm kind of heading to the mid lane, so nevertheless doing a good job this game. LeBlanc picking up a solo kill onto the Draven, really good job by her, and I do actually force the ultimate out of Malphite there. He actually uses that to disengage from me, so that's rather interesting, but I do have a lot of damage on my belt, so I don't really blame him for it, but LeBlanc actually putting a lot of damage onto the Kog'Maw. Caitlyn with the ace in the hole to pick up that kill. I'm going to jump onto Malphite with the Q, going to pick up the kill onto him, and I'm going to tank this tower with my face, and I'm going to get that tower down pretty easily. And we're just so far ahead of this right now, closing out the game, and I'm actually going to Q over the wall to help out LeBlanc. She didn't really need the help, but the KS is nice anyway. And again, just going to tank this tower with my face, get the inhibitor, and we've just taken 2 towers and an inhibitor for basically free right there, and this game's going to be closed out pretty shortly. Draven with the ultimate, not going to be able to get too much damage down. We do pick up one of the 2 Nexus towers, and Malphite actually going to try and re-engage. LeBlanc hoping to burst him down, but he's a bit too tanky for that. I do actually jump back in onto the Kog'Maw, but unfortunately I don't get the kill onto him, and we will actually see Caitlyn actually jump in on Kha'Zix here, and if it wasn't for me intercepting, she would have died here. So as you can see, Kha'Zix is going to go in on Caitlyn, but I do actually use my ultimate to save her life, and as you can see, the Tick of the Ignite is barely not going to finish her off, so saving Caitlyn's life there. Didn't have to use my flash either, so that's nice, and getting jumped on by the Malphite, but I'm not going to die. Unfortunately, I believe, yep, Alistar does pick up a kill onto the Rengar, but LeBlanc finishes him off, and I just do recall now, because I don't want to throw the game or anything like that. That would be awful. But I'm going to back finish off my Warmogs, then I'm going to start building Frozen Melon. And again, guys, this build is a little bit dodgy. It's a bit of an aggressive build, but it works if you're far ahead and you really want to snowball a game to victory. And yeah, so it's not bad at all. And as you can see, we are 34 minutes into this game. We're going to be finishing it up real soon. And I do believe I'm gonna make a Baron call soon. I could, there's a number of things I could have done. I could have like went to a blue buff, but I do put a ward in that bush for whatever reason. And actually a little bit of disrespect in the middle lane, and Alistar fails his combo on me, which is a little bit funny, but if he had landed that combo, I feel like I could have actually died there, but I got a little bit lucky either way. We're so far ahead that it wouldn't have really mattered. I do make a Baron call expecting my team to help me, but none of them rotate around, so I do waste my health for no reason, and we totally could have picked that up. I'm confused as to why they didn't follow up, but I guess they didn't ping enough or whatever, but we are actually, this is actually pretty good. I start charging my Q, then I flash Q onto Draven, which is an excellent combo to pull off on Vi, picking up an instant kill, followed up by my ultimate, and that's just going to be 3 easy kills for us. Flash Q on Vi is just like one of the greatest combos in the game, and as you can see, the actual surrender rate is going to come out in a couple of seconds right now, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching this gameplay commentary, and I'd like to know what you guys think of this new style of doing commentaries. Like, I used to just play, commentate at the same time, and it resulted in longer videos, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching this, and yeah, like, favorite, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the video comments below, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.